Welcome to another data recovery video. This time I'm working on a crucial MX500 2.5-inch SSD. The customer removed this from a laptop and said it stopped detecting. These SSDs come in different sizes. This one is a 500GB version. If you're new to the channel, welcome along guys. I am a professional data recovery engineer with over 20 years experience, and customers drop off or mail in SSDs that stop working, and it's my job to get the data back. We've plugged this one in, let's see what it does. Let's turn it on, and we're gonna look to see what kind of signal we get. At the moment, I can see something very unusual. Down the bottom here, we're just drawing a steady state of, what is it? 0.28 amps. That looks like some kind of short circuit to me. The drive is also not coming ready, and it's definitely not detecting. We're going to open it up and do some tests of the electronics inside. There's 4 little screws on this one we need to undo, and with the screws it'll pop open. So we can see the back side of the PCB here. There's another 2 screws we need to remove. There's no electronics on this side, so we do need to get it out. So we've got 8 NAND memory chips here. We've got the main CPU here that's under this little thermal pad, and this is probably a little RAM. The main CPU on this is a Silicon Motion SM2258H AB, and that is a common SSD CPU controller chip that's not just found in these crucial SSDs, but you see it in all different types of consumer brands. I've got some voltage test points. So up here I've got 1.8 volts, that seems normal. Down here I've only got 0.2, that does seem out. Back over this side, 1.1, that does seem correct. And 1.5 over here, that also seems correct. We'll do a thermal camera inspection, and we can see straight away there is a short circuit down here. And that test point up here I said looked off, yeah, it's also being affected. And that looks like a bad capacitor down here. So I've got my multimeter. I'm going to do a continuity test. So we're going to check to see if it is shorted to ground. Now it's got 2 sides to capacitor. One is a ground side, so it will beep. However, both sides should not beep because the other one will be the voltage input for the capacitor. So if we change to this side, it will probably beep. And there you go. We got a shorted capacitor. Let's take it out of circuit. We got him. Now that that's out of circuit, we're going to do another short circuit test with the multimeter. So if we probe this side, we're still getting a beep. That is ground. And this side no longer beeps. So that means this is the ground side, and this was definitely shorted to ground. Our little capacitor here was a bad capacitor, causing short circuits. We've installed a new capacitor. With that short circuit fix, we're going to retest this, and it's 3.2 volts. So yeah, this line here was the one that was getting pulled to ground. I've now fixed the electronics, and the PCB is working correctly. That short circuit's gone, and that inductor is happy again. Sometimes, if you've got a hardware issue like this bad capacitor causing a short circuit on the voltage for the NAND memory chips, it'll also do some damage to the firmware. Now, in the MX500, a lot of this firmware can be repaired, and some of it cannot be fixed. I've already made a video on how I fix Crucial MX500 firmware. Just search this channel for Bricked Crucial MX500. If you have a Crucial MX500 that's not working, leave a comment and tell me what's wrong with it. And if you need data recovery, visit us at zeroalpha.com.au. You can drop off or mail in from any location, including worldwide, and we will get your data back at the lowest price. I'll see you guys in the next video.